Okay, we're going to be using Adobe Photoshop today to create a retro spaceship for a video game we'll do. We're going to ultimately be making the game in Adobe Animate. We're going to make a little ship like this. I typed 16-bit spaceship just because after doing some searches, I think this is what we're going to kind of aim for. But we're actually going to make it 32 by 32 to give you the option to have a little bit more detail than a 16-bit. Or, you know, we don't want 16 by 16, so we're going to go 32 by 32. And how do we set that up? Let's start here at Photoshop. Open up your Photoshop and go File, New. And then we want to make sure, first things right off the bat, you're going to pick pixels. I accidentally had it at inches, and we don't want that. When I was drawing something earlier, you don't want it to be 32 inches. You want it to be 32 pixels, okay? And so 32 by 32, that'll be a square document. And so hit Create. And now it might be really small on your screen, and so that's fine. You take the magnifying glass and you can keep clicking, or on my version, you can drag to the right. If you drag to the left, it zooms in. If you drag to the right, zooms out, and then drag to the right, it zooms in. Okay, and then we want this pencil tool, but it started out as the paintbrush, so if you can't find it, hold the mouse down on the paintbrush and you could change it to pencil. Okay, by the way, if you ever somehow your your toolbar gets really messed up, you could usually add you can add different tools there. Okay, so let's get the pencil, and I'll start with black, but you know, you could pick any color you want. You know, if you picked red and hit OK, then you'd be clicking red pixels. Okay, each one of these squares is 1 pixel each. And okay, so I'm having a little bit of lag on my computer right now, very weird. Okay, so since I'm getting lag, I'm going to try to go fast, and then I'll just get you started and then leave you on your own. Okay, so so it's going to be 32 pixels across. Let's just start going pixel by pixel, and I'll make this one side of the of this back wing, and you can go say 45 degrees. You can just have fun being creative and just experiment with your first one. If you hold shift, by the way, if you clicked made a pixel and you hold shift, it'll go perfectly horizontal across. So that's useful sometimes. So I'm gonna hold shift and click here. It'll draw all the way across for me. And look, I didn't line up right, so it's going off too far. So what I'm gonna do, here's a little technique. You could take this little selection tool and you can select the pixels you want. And I'm gonna use the arrows. Take this arrow here, and then you could either drag it, or I'm gonna actually, once I hover the mouse over, I don't know if on your screen you could see there's like little scissors on there, and I could bump this over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting the diagonal ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think it goes about right there. Okay, now let's unselect everything by just clicking off the side. Go back to the pencil and do this. I'm gonna hold shift to get that straight line. Let's go shift all the way across. Okay, that'd be like the base of it. And then if you want to fill in color, this is something that I want to show you, and it gets a little weird. Watch, I'm gonna try to fill this in with let's just take this. I wanted my ship to be red, right? And when I click the paint bucket in any filled or outlined area, it fills it in. But when we're at sizes this small, it bleeds over a little bit, if you see that. And then I'll show you the eraser tool. And if you right click, you could change the size of the eraser. So I'm going to size it all the way down to 1 pixel so that I could just erase 1 pixel at a time. Okay, so I think I've got you pretty set up. You could do the 1 pixel eraser, the 1 pixel pencil. You know, let's just say I wanted a little like gap here, and I want to angle it a little bit to make it look like a fin of some sort. I'll go back to the black outline. I'm just about to freeze the tutorial here because I can see I don't know what's going on with my computer, but it is trying to update or something, so it's getting a little laggy. Okay, and then I'll do like the top of the plane or the spaceship up there, and then you could add different shades of red to make it look like you have depth, and really explore past games and how some of the art looks really cool with the details that others do better. Do more searches, look for different games that you've played in the past, or if you haven't played any of these games, do some research from these retro games. Get a feel for what you want to do, and then go ahead and create your fantastic spaceship. Okay, have fun.